Nobody is going to heaven in the end. Here's the thing. Most people, including a lot of Christians, are wrong about the end of our religious story. But first, hi, my name is Corey. I'm the pastor here at Redeemer Online, and it's my mission to help you understand and practice the Christian faith, regardless of your church attendance. And if that's something that interests you, hit that subscribe button. Here on the channel, we've been going through the book of Revelation together, and now we're getting to the very end. And the whole book has kind of been leading up unto this moment. The author, John, has been sharing visions with his readers that use familiar imagery from their own religious history in order to bolster and encourage the faithful to stand firm in the face of an empire that was trying to coerce or crush them. Now, here at the end of the book, he shares a vision of where this is all headed. The telos, the purpose, the end of the Christian story. And it's not a bunch of people going to heaven. Here's what he says. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, "Look, God's dwelling place is now among the people, and he will dwell with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eye. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away." See, no one's going to heaven. And this is really important for how you understand your life here now on earth as a Christian. You see, often the end goal of Christianity is talked about in two basic ways. The first way is that either you live a good enough life, doing more good than bad, avoid sin, be a good person, so that when you die, you can go to the good place. Or you believe the right things. You intellectually agree and assent to a list of doctrines or ideas. And if you do, then you get to go to the right place when you die. Both of those tellings of the Christian story then cast this life and everything in it as less than, broken, dirty, dispensable, expendable. It's just a shadow of the heavenly existent future that we're going to have. Bodies, nature, humanity, everything down here is going to be burned up while God salvages the parts who invite Jesus into their hearts. And they will get to go to heaven, an ethereal, perfect existence of clouds, harps, and bliss, mansions in the sky. We become angels or something, somewhere up there. In this telling, Christianity becomes a religion of escape, though. It's just a roadmap or an instruction manual for how to get off of this rock to be one of the chosen few who make it out alive. But what's interesting is that's not at all how John, or really the Bible as a whole, tells the end of our religious story. It's not a great escape. It's a great renewal. In Revelation 20, the chapter before the verses we just read, the author says that heaven and earth fled from God's presence, which is cosmologically mind-blowing to think about. But the point was that the old was literally departing to make way for the new. A new heaven, a new earth, no longer separated, but joined together like a bride and groom on their wedding day. It's not just about going to heaven, it's about heaven and earth reuniting. It's about both, and it's beautiful. John also says, curiously, that there won't be any sea. Why? Well, because throughout Revelation, the sea, as in much of ancient Near Eastern cosmology, the sea was the representation of chaos. The monster in Revelation emerges from the sea. The sea is responsible for claiming the lives of all kinds of people. It's the symbol for all that causes harm and pain in the world. And in the end of the story, it is no more. No more monsters. No more pain and death. And then at the center of these first few verses of chapter 21, the gentle character of God inhabits the whole thing. He wipes away the tears of his people. He is their God, and they are his, quite literally, sons or children. That's the final picture. It's about renewal and reunion. Now, why does that matter? Well, it matters because it changes the way we see ourselves in the story. We're not rogue characters who need to straighten up in order to make it onto the last theological helicopter out of this hell. We're the children of God, and He will literally move heaven and earth to dwell with us. If you think about it, the entire story of the Bible, from cover to cover, is really about God's mission to fix everything, including His relationship with humanity, and reunite with us. It's always been about being present. It's incarnation. The origin story from Genesis is about dwelling in a perfect garden with His people. But ever since that went awry and the separation that took place, God has been finding ways to dwell with His people. The tabernacle in the desert was a foretaste of the temple in Jerusalem, which was a foretaste of Jesus coming to be Emmanuel, meaning God with us. Each one of these things is pointing to this ultimate renewal and reunion that John's talking about in Revelation 21. God and His people, heaven and earth, back together again. The way I see it, my goal then in life isn't to try and get people to believe the right things or do enough good things so that they go to some ethereal eternal existence in the clouds. It's to give people pictures of that perfect union, to live as though God loves all of us so much that He literally will move heaven and earth to be reunited with us, to inhabit His gentle character, wiping away tears, comforting those who mourn, and to live as though God loves this place, this dirt. He's going to renew and restore it. Listen, we aren't going anywhere. God is coming here, and everything will be the way that it ought to be, the way that we all feel deep down that it isn't, but it could be. That's it for this one. What do you think? I mean, have you ever heard or talked about the new heaven and earth at the end of the Christian story, or have you always thought about it as a great escape? How does this point of view that I'm sharing change things for you and how you think about the Christian story? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.